going on, Chicago Bears fans? I hope you missed me. I am back. Now, where have I been? First of all, thank you to everybody who reached out to me. I did put out like an AI-generated video a while back. It was silly, but I just wanted to see if I could do it. But you might have noticed I've lost about 100 pounds. I worked on me for a little while. It was important to do that during the summertime, get healthy, getting the swole on, if you will. So I'm in a better place right now. And most of my money is made in cryptocurrency. So that's why it took so long. But let's get into what's going on with the Chicago Bears. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you come back, I appreciate it. Bears lose 24-27 to the Minnesota Vikings in Soldier Field. And guys, let me just say that I'm going to go back and I'm going to I can't take a victory lap, all right? I have to be supportive of whoever we have on the field. I was supportive of Matt Eberflus. I was supportive of Caleb Williams. I was supportive of everything that was going on. I was supportive. I'm excited when Ben Johnson gets here. I'm feeling great. Thuney, when we start to get these players, I'm feeling fantastic about it. Then we see the product on the field. And to start off with, what we saw was Caleb Williams going 10 for 10 on his first 10 throws. Feeling great, has a touchdown run. We like what we're seeing. It looks like Caleb Williams kind of got it, but we're also looking at it and we're seeing, well, he's not getting, we notice flaws. Let me just say that. We've noticed some flaws. And then what do we see for the rest of the game? Caleb goes 11 for 24. Looks pedestrian, looks like the player that we did not want to see, that we were told did not exist, that this guy was an elite athlete and that he was going to make massive plays. Now, that's not happening. Has not happened. Caleb Williams is now 5-13 in his last 18 games. I will put a lot of blame on Matt Eberflus because of that. But what I will not do is say that I thought or I think that Caleb Williams is the next big thing. I told you guys a long time ago. This goes back to March of 2024. I chose J.J. McCarthy instead of Caleb Williams. I did my mock drafts. I did everything to tell you that I thought that the Chicago Bears were better served by taking J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback who beat Caleb Williams in his first game in the 2025 season. I said our best option was at the one spot, maybe we drop down a spot, allow somebody to pick up Caleb Williams that needs a quarterback. Maybe we drop to 2 or 3. We pick up Marvin Harrison Jr., who had a fantastic season last year. And then with the 8th pick, we pick J.J. McCarthy. We get there, we get that opportunity, and it's going to change the dynamic of the... But they disagreed with me, and instead we went with Caleb Williams in the first pick and Rome Odunze. And look at... Dress it up however you want. Rome Odunze not playing like an elite athlete. Caleb Williams not playing like an elite athlete. Have they been good at moments? Yes, they have. They've been fine. But it's a number 1 and a number 8 pick. They're not supposed to be fine. They're supposed to be great. Every quarterback. Bo Nix made the playoffs in his first season. Jaden Daniels made the playoffs in his first season. J.J. McCarthy didn't even play last season. And all of these guys are suddenly outperforming Caleb Williams. So where does that leave the Chicago Bears? Well, fortunately, it is going to be my estimation. There's a couple things at play here. So let's talk about that as quickly as we can. I'm going to get you out of here. First of all, the rushing game, atrocious. How do you only run? Look, you're running 20 times in the game. 3 of them are a trick play with DJ Moore. 6 of them are Caleb Williams making moves right there. But DeAndre Swift only got the ball 17 times. Now, let me tell you what we saw from DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift was making moves. He was hitting the hole with purpose. He was being coached, and he was being coached the right way, and he was doing what the coaches wanted him to do. He was putting it on the line. He's not comfortable. We know that he's kind of a scat back. He likes to get to the edge, and he's successful on the edge. He was going between tackles, and he was making moves. And he, by the way, will get better at this. It looks to me like he's all in. So Ben Johnson comes out, has an interview, says, you know what? We probably need to get DeAndre Swift some more touches. We need to stick to our running game. We need to make our running game work. What does that say to you? Well, first of all, it says to me that the confidence level in Caleb Williams is not as high as it should be or it could be. What it says to me is that the Bears are looking for a way to mask the inefficiencies of Caleb Williams. Second, they also re-signed Tyson Bagent to a 2-year, $10 million contract. What did I tell you guys in the beginning? I told you that Justin Fields would be a serviceable guy. Had Justin Fields been here last year instead of Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy sitting behind, we probably would have benched Justin Fields because he's Justin Fields. He wasn't that good. We like him. He's a wonderful man. Maybe with a little bit of work in a Ben Johnson offense or something like that, something would have changed, but I digress. Tyson Bagent, we know from the time that he was in the game, when he was in the game, that he makes things happen. He's not great, but he's good, he's solid, and he understands fundamentally how an NFL offense works. His arm got stronger, but he didn't get to see the field enough. There were a lot of positives out there, but we never got to it. So now, where are we? And rumors abound. Dan Wiederer himself said, the leash on Caleb Williams going to be very, very short this year because they want to win and win now. We're not building for the future. The future is now. They've put the pieces in place. They've put all of the players out here that can perform at a high level. Let's go back to the statistics here. DJ Moore, 3 receptions for 68 yards, mid. Roma Dunze, 6 receptions for only 37 yards, incredibly mid. Zacchaeus, 4 receptions for 42 yards. Cole Kmet, 1 time for 31 yards. Now, Cole did miss 1 big play, but he also made up for it with another big one. DeAndre, 3 for 12. Colston Loveland, 2 for 12. Guys, we're getting people involved. Luther Burden had 1 reception. It was his first game. He's a rookie. Maybe we'll see a little bit more out of him as we move on. But Caleb's spreading the ball around, but he's very inaccurate. So we're getting some statistics here. We're getting some things. And by the way, Roma Dunze will have a decent season. I prefer Marvin Harrison. I told you guys that in the beginning, but I'll take Roma Dunze. I'll take Roma Dunze. And by the way, you might have noticed also that during that period of time, I made the best of that situation when I was explaining to you guys that, this is what we have, not maybe what we wanted. As far as the defense goes, look, this is a very improved defense. This was a very, very improved defense, but there were things that were sticking out that were not very good. Tyreek Stevenson, still just boneheaded moves. Noah Sewell, look, when you put a linebacker on somebody like Justin Jefferson, you're gonna get scored on. I mean, there's really no getting around. When you make boneheaded decisions, and look, sometimes you get rubbed and you have to pick up the man, you have to do the best that you can. When you get in those situations, yes, bad things are probably going to happen. Jaquan Brisker, late with the follow-up coverage in that corner touchdown. There were a lot of things out here that just did not work, that should have worked. The defense got tired towards the end of the game, but Javon Dexter looking really good. The one person that we did, and Nashawn Wright as well, but what we did not see was, what we wanted to see was Montez Sweat get involved. Montez Sweat comes in with 2 tackles, no assist. That's his line right there. Jervon, two tackles, 1 assisted tackle, and a sack. Capasinon has 1 tackle and 1 sack. Adebingo has 1 sack. We're seeing some plays. We're seeing these guys start to make little plays, but it's not enough. You cannot give up 21 points in the 4th quarter. You also cannot only score 17 points in the NFL and expect to win for very long. So the only thing that didn't change is your quarterback and some of the pieces that weren't working to begin with. Darnell Wright, I think he was penalized for false start, and that's fine. He was penalized on a phantom holding call. The NFL should be fining referees for that kind of lame stuff. Like, there was absolutely no hold on it. But you have to overcome. And we're going to find out whether or not this team is resilient or not. Also, let me just say this. I do think that Ben Johnson will get the most out of these players. This was his first game. This was his opportunity to really see the product on the field and to start to make adjustments and determinations on who will play in the NFL for his team on this level. I don't think he's a fan of Caleb Williams. I'm going to tell you that right now. I think that Caleb Williams will probably be benched. In fact, I would say that we get injured a lot in the NFL. And I would get a sense here that Caleb probably been lucky. He's been pretty fortunate so far, but he's going to be targeted at some point and, might be injured, might see Tyson Bagent come in for a spell. And if Tyson Bagent plays like a madman possessed, which it really feels like he might do, if Tyson Bagent comes in and plays really well, that's going to be the wrap for Caleb Williams. We spent a lot of money, put a lot of effort into a man who is just not getting it done so far. By the way, when I say that, Caleb Williams has been good, but we don't pay number 1 draft picks to be good. We pay number 1 draft picks to be great. We pay them to be game changers, not game enders. And Caleb Williams is not that guy. He has not been that guy and continues to not be that guy. So now comes the question, what do the Bears do next? I'm going to be here to start reporting this back to you. I hope you guys continue to follow me. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember to bear down, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.